can hear me, type I can hear you, I can hear you. Okay, as you're joining me, tell me your name and the city that you're joining me from. My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm Africa's most sought after investment coach, and it's such a delight, it's such a joy to be here with you guys this evening again. Today's topic is very powerful: 5 decisions that will make you wealthy in 2021. Let me start by saying, you see, ideas are never really the problem. Implementation is often the problem. So you hear a fantastic training like this and you're excited, but the real problem is, will you do something about what I'm teaching you tonight? That's really the problem. It's not that you hear it, is will you even do something about it? So as you're joining, tell me your name, tell me the city you're joining me from, share this video on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. Tokumbo from the UK, how are you, ma? God bless you. Thank you for joining. Okay, who else is here? Sylvanos from Delta, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Who else is here? Okay, tell me your name and your city, where you're joining me from. Okay, everybody, talk to me. And share this video, share, invite everybody, get everybody in here. Kachuku from Spain. Christopher, how are you? God bless you, sir. You're welcome, you're welcome. So yesterday we looked at a topic. Who remembers yesterday's topic? Did you remember what we discussed yesterday? If you remember yesterday's topic, kindly share the topic that you remembered yesterday. We discussed a powerful topic yesterday. If you remember, type it. Today is another powerful topic. Emmanuel from Kogi, I see you. Share this video 10 times as you join us. Share, hit the share button across all platforms. It's important that you begin to get ready for 2021. It's unfortunate that many of us are not proactive to begin to plan 2021. You see people still talking about, well, who knows 2021? There's no such thing. The reasons people failure is largely a function of lack of preparation and execution of what has been prepared. When you don't plan, you have automatically planned to fail. So if you don't plan your 2021 now, invest in coming up with a solid strategy. Tell yourself, what if COVID-19 does not end in 2021? How do I structure my life that I'm never going to be affected? You know, I did this many years ago where I made up my mind, I'm going to structure my business in a way that no matter the storm, no matter the economic recession, I will be able to withstand it. Ojo from Lagos, good to see you. So this happened, I think, 2016, when President Buhari became president of Nigeria, and things were very tough. Motiu from Kurudu, things were very, very tough, and you see everybody complaining. The economy was terrible. Recession was on us. Some people were blaming, some people were stating. Everybody just said what they wanted to say. So I just made up my mind, realizing, I said, look, even if the government isn't doing what they're supposed to do, how do I structure my business that is immune, to the recession? So whether there's recession or not, whether we have a, economically sound government who is able to make good policies or not, how do we put structure in place in my own business that I'm not often affected, by all these things? And I did it, and today it helped me even during COVID. And it can help you too. And these are the kind of mindset that I need you to begin to think of. So how many of you are ready for me today? If you're ready, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm also sharing this video as I'm talking to you. I'm hitting the share button. I'm inviting all my friends. I'm telling them to join us. So if you're ready for today's class, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I want to see you type it. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, talk to me. If you're ready, type, I'm ready, I'm ready. So number one thing you want to do, Number one, investment, 4 investment decisions that you can make that can guarantee that you will definitely, okay, become wealthy in 2021. Is number one is to create 4 channels of income. Create 4 channels of income. So by the way, I want you to type how many sources of income you currently have. If you have 1, type 1. If you have 2, type 2. If you have 3, type 3. If you have 4, type 4. How many sources of income do you currently have? I would like you to just type those sources. Let me just have an idea. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it, just type how many sources. Olawale from Ghana, I see you. Thank you for joining. So type. So the first thing you want to do is to have 4 sources, right? I have 20. Yes, you heard me. I have 20 ways I make money. You heard me right. 20, you heard me. 20, right? So you want to have, many of you have 2, some of you have just 1 sources, right? Let me tell you this. Many of you are Christian. If you're a Christian, type Christian. If you're Muslim, type Muslim. I love you all. Even if you are atheist, you don't even believe, you are herbalist. I love you all. God loves everybody. My faith taught me so. But I'm saying this because I want to quote something. I want to be sure those of you who are Christians can relate with that. Now, for those of you who are Christian, if you look at the book of Genesis when God created the world, and I think it's similar to Islam, the story of creation with Christians and Islam seems to be similar. Now, in Genesis chapter 1, we saw how when God created the earth, the universe, okay, he created man and put him in a garden. It's called the Garden of Eden. The Bible says there were 4 rivers that flow into the Garden of Eden. There were 4 rivers. Can everybody type 4 rivers? 4 rivers. Everybody come on, talk to me. Type 4 rivers. 4 rivers. Okay? 4 rivers. There were 4 rivers that flows into the Garden of Eden. There were 4 rivers. And the Bible says each of those rivers has precious, they had like precious materials. Okay? How many of you remember? Okay? How many of you remember that the Bible talked about that? So there were 4 rivers, and I believe those rivers, if you look at what the scripture said, it said each river had precious stone. Some had gold, some had jasper, and different types of gold. So I believe those 4 rivers, in a garden, water definitely is a source of income. So I always tell people that you must have at least 4 sources of income. Can everybody type 4 sources of income? Everybody type 4 sources of income. You must have 4 sources of income. Just the way God created man and gave him a garden and gave him 4 sources. In the same way, you too should have 4 sources of income. There should be 4 ways money is coming to you. 4 channels that is bringing money your way. These are some of the ways you become very, very wealthy. At least 4. So those of you who have 2, you have 2 more to go. Those of you who have 1, you have 3 more to go. If you have 3 sources of income, you have 1 more to go. And of course, over time, you can even increase it to more. Like me, I have at least 20. I have income from books. I have income from invitation to speak at events. I have income from video courses. I have income from, I call it membership program. I have income, from several businesses that I own, and I can go on and on and on like that. Okay, so you should have all these various ways that you make money. You buy shares. The dividends can be one of the sources of income that you have. You are into stocks. Maybe you do daily trading like Forex. That's a source of income. You have houses you've built and you have rented it out. That's another source of income. Okay, you have you are into land banking like me. You buy a property, a land, and you develop the land and you sell it. You do property flipping. These are all sources of income. You are a property broker. This is one of the business I do. I'm a property broker in Nigeria and in Dubai. That's also one of my sources of income. So you want to create all these various sources of income, and they are very critical in helping you to become wealthy in the year 2021, because you don't even know which one can disappear. I'm not if you agree with me that a lot of people lost their sources of income in 2020 due to COVID-19. If you agree, type I agree. Okay, a lot of people lost their sources of income, okay, this year due to COVID-19, and it was because they never even thought. And many who had just one source of income, but because that source of income was bringing a lot of money, they just felt they didn't need more. But they never knew COVID-19 will happen. And COVID-19 literally rendered that entire business down. For example, if you were into the business of salon, okay, COVID-19, and you had a shop, COVID-19 almost rendered salon useless, because people were even afraid of going to their barbers so that they don't contact COVID-19 from their barbers, right? So there are certain industries that are almost totally gone just because COVID-19 happened. And yet the people who were involved in those businesses were making cool money. Like, they were making a lot of money. They didn't even need to have multiple sources because they were doing well. But they never had, and that's why when it comes to wealth, you need to be proactive. Can everybody type proactive? Proactive. Everybody talk to me. Type proactive. When it comes to the subject of building wealth, you need to be proactive, because if you're not proactive, what then happens is that you have not structured your finances in a way that you can constantly, no matter what happens, if two sources of income closes, at least there will be two other ones that are still there, pending when you look for two new ones. Okay, is this making sense at all? If it's making sense, type it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. Come on, everybody, talk to me. Type it makes sense. For example, religion was affected. Those who are pastors, a lot of churches were totally closed down. I know a pastor friend of mine in the US that the church has not resumed yet, because his church was in New York, and New York is very strict with gatherings, and up till now the church has not opened. Now imagine he's somebody, and that church was still growing. There less than 100. So imagine he gets salaries from the church. Now that church services are not holding, how does the pastor pay his bills, right? How does he pay his bills? How does he, take care of his own family? You see that he's now a victim of COVID-19. So when it comes to wealth creation, you have to be proactive. If you're happy about today's class, type I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. Come on, guys, I need to engage me. Remember to share this video at least 10 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. Click on the Facebook party icon. Click on the Facebook party icon and invite all your friends. Tell them the eagle is in the building. I'm called the eagle, right? You can see I have even an eagle here, an eagle image here. So I'm called the eagle because we fly higher. We have foresight. We have energy. A lot of the strength of the eagle describe my personality, and those who follow me, we are called the Eagle Nation. And that's what we do. So number 2, if you're ready for number 2, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 2, investment decision to make so that you can be wealthy in 2021. Number 2, investment decision, okay, that you need to make if wealth is one of those things you desire for 2021. Number 2, if you're ready, type I'm ready. Number 2 is you must invest in low risk investment. You must put your money in low risk opportunities. Can everybody type it? Put your money in low risk opportunities. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make is that they want to invest, and the first investment opportunity they want to do is the one of high risk. It's the one that they stand a chance of losing all their money. It's never a wise move. It's never a right thing to do. Do not start investment, and it's the investment that promises you 50% return on investment every month. That's the one you want to do. Then you yourself, you have oju kokoro, right? In that, it means you're greedy. That's a Yoruba word for saying you're greedy. Okay, you have to work on your greed to say, even if all I will be getting is 7%, is 5%, is 10% per annum, let me do it. At least this guarantees that I do not lose my money, because you hardly lose your money in a low risk investment. You hardly lose your money in a low risk investment. You hardly. But you definitely guarantee that you most likely will lose your money in a high risk investment. So when you decide to say you put all your money in a high risk investment, you don't even try the low risk one, what then happens is that most likely you lose everything. You blame everybody for the reason why you lost your money, but you yourself, you are not facing the truth. You were kind of greedy. There were other opportunities. You say, no, the returns is too small, and such, you don't want to invest in them. And this is how people lose money. And that's why sometimes, I do not necessarily play into this blackmailing that people do, right? A lot of people just come to my wall, Mr. Steven, I just lost all my money. Mr. Steven, somebody duped me, told me to bring so. And many of them want you to carry pity party and begin to pity them. Meanwhile, you too need to look inwards. How come this person was able to deceive me into this kind of investment? How much was I also greedy? How many of you have heard of investment opportunity where they will give you 15% every month? If you have heard of it, type, I've heard of it. Everybody talk to me. I need your energy. I need your engagement. I need to know that I feed off your energy. So your ability to respond, to reply my comment, it helps me to keep engaging you, and we having a great time. Remember to share this video 10 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. Click on an icon called Facebook Party icon. That icon helps you to invite a lot of your friends to watch this, and this training will change their lives forever, I promise you. Okay, so number 2, investment decision is to invest in low risk opportunities. Okay, try low risk opportunities, and they have a way of helping things to get better for you. They stand a chance of you not losing your money. One of those low risk, there's something called piggy vest in Nigeria. I don't work for them. I'm just giving an example. So please don't go into piggy vest and you lose your money and say, Steve, like I told you, I don't know them. I'm just saying it's something that I know. It's a tool that is good, right? They have a culture where you allow them to be deducting automatically a certain amount from your money. And you can decide to pick a fixed option to say your money should be, you won't touch that money, and they are free to use that money for something, and that they will give you 7%, 8%. They give all those range. Now that's a very reasonable low risk. Now the return is not all this come and do Forex, they will give you 15% and then you lose all your money. How many of you have heard those things? Come and do Forex, they will give you 15% every month. How many of you have heard that? If you've heard it, type I've heard it. Now, you know what's funny with those things, right? Let's calculate 15 times 12, okay? Because many of us, again, this is part of how we get greedy. We don't even do some calculation. 15 times 12. Let's just do that math. 15 times 12. What does that give us? Everybody do the math. 15 times 12. We have, because they are giving 15% every month, and we have 12 months. That's 180. Now, what for a company to be able to give you 180% returns in a year, it means they themselves must be making at least 300% return. In other words, they must be running a business where if you put in $100, you will make $400. They must be doing that kind of business. Because if you are not doing that kind of business, and yet they are promising to give you 180% every year, how sustainable is that? And many of us don't calculate these things. We just focus on somebody told me they paid. Somebody did it, they paid the person. Somebody has done it before. The thing works. That's all we focus on. And that's how we eventually become victims. We lose all our money. Of course, we still play victim. We still play, people don't like me. But face the reality. You too make a wrong move, right? How many of you agree with me? If you agree, type I agree. Because we need to, we're not adults, right? And we need to get to a point where we begin to say the truth to ourselves. Oh, maybe I missed it. Maybe I was wrong. I think I also did not take the right decision. I was greedy. Okay. These are real conversation we need to start making. Because the first thing that is important is that you don't even lose your money in 2021. I'm not if you have lost money to any form of investment, whether MMM, Ponzi scheme, in the year 2020. If you lost money, type I lost money. If you didn't lose money, type I did not lose any money. How many of you lost any amount to any form of investment in this year 2020? If you did, type I did. If you didn't, type I did not. Okay, type I did not. So if you lose money, you want to make sure that the first move in 2021 is that you avoid putting yourself in a situation where you will be losing money, because the money that is not much, now you are losing the money. Okay, you don't even have much of it, so now you are losing it. It doesn't make any sense. In fact, I remember Warren Buffett always say this: the number one rule of money, okay, is never lose money. Never lose money. Number 2 rule, never lose money. Number 3 rule, never lose money. These are rules. The first rule, don't lose. That's the rule. Let's start from there. We can, of course, later look at other options, but the first thing, don't even lose it, right? But unfortunately, many first start losing money. They start losing, they lose, and then later everybody is claiming, oh, it's unfortunate. Those of you who lost money, apologies. I hope that with what you have learned today, you will not lose money in 2021. I pray that God will give you grace, okay, and courage and wisdom and patience, okay, not to lose money in the year 2021. Okay, God will give you the courage to also execute what I'm teaching you, so that you're not just greedy about this whole thing. And most people who even lose money the most are usually people who are currently either indebted or people who are in money challenges, right? They are owing somebody, they are owing rent. They are even the ones who fall victim, because the little they have may not be enough to take care of the challenge they currently have. So what they then do is they are trying to look for a quick fix. And in the process of looking for a quick fix, they then even lose the entire thing that they have. So you don't want to fall victim of that. Are you ready for number 3? If you're ready for number 3, type I'm ready, I'm ready. Okay, number 3 is invest in mid-risk opportunities. Mid-risk. In other words, this one, you may lose the money, but the chance also is that you may not lose the money. Now, how do you know a mid-risk opportunity? A mid-risk, depending on the country you live in, a mid-risk opportunity is focusing on you losing between you making between 10% and 20% annual returns on your investment. So any opportunity where they told you you're going to be making between 10% and 20% every year return on investment, that probably gives you like 4%, 3% every month. Such investment, that gives you 1 point something percent every month, or 2% or so. That is a mid-risk investment. Now, such investment, in fact, in the US, 20% is already the highest risk opportunity. If you are in the US, right, and you're investing in a US-based company, anybody promising you 20% in the US is already high risk. But in Nigeria, if you still have opportunities that promise you 20%, it's still mid-risk. And I will tell you the reason why US or UK is different. Developed world do not give you more returns on investment like underdeveloped worlds. And I'll tell you the reason why. The risk level in developed worlds are lower. As a result, the returns are also lower. Remember those statements. The higher the risk, the higher the returns. The lower the risk, the lower the return. So the risk of you failing, okay, in an investment, in a business in developed world is usually a lot lesser As a result, they don't give crazy returns. Now, the risk of you losing your money in Africa is way, way high. So as a result, the returns are always a lot higher if it works, because, I mean, the risks were a lot higher. How many of you are learning? If you are gaining, type, I'm gaining, I'm gaining, I'm gaining. Engage me. I feed off your energy. I love when you engage me and you're interacting with me. That's what I feed off. So type, I'm gaining, I'm gaining, I'm gaining. We have a rule here. Once you join us, you tell us your name, your city. You share this video at least 10 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. You share on all those groups you belong to. You click on the Facebook party icon and invite all your friends and say, hey, somebody is teaching me how to become wealthy in 2021. I want to listen to him. I want to learn. I want to begin to build my wealth intentionally. I don't just want to be making mistakes. And I want to listen to somebody who has done it, somebody who has result. One of the biggest advantage you have listening to me is that I started my business with 1,000 naira in Nigeria 12 years ago, and I've grown into a multi-billion naira business. Today, I run an amazing TV show now, which is still on investment, and it's going to be premiering this particular Sunday. And you can also watch the show. You can also watch this show that I'm talking to you about on my YouTube handle and on my Facebook handle on Sunday, 2:30 p.m. West African time. Let me just play a clip so that you understand where I'm coming from.
Investments are in two forms. Okay. Soft investment is the kind of investment you make on yourself, you make on your family. But hard investment is then financial security.
Believe me, we understand that you worked hard for your money and you should enjoy it. Yes. I mean, we did too. Yeah. We did the Hummers, we did the Range Rover. But you also put something aside because nobody reigns forever.
Even if it's 10,000 you have, buy shares. And then be prepared to leave it for the long haul.
Yeah. Money is like it's water, it flows. When you hold it, you prevent the flow.
Very true.
So the more you spend, the more you give, the more you receive. Believe you me, it works. Wow.
So that's the investment chart in a Rolls Royce by me every 2:30 on Channels Television every Sunday. You'll be able to watch it. Now, I took time to show you that because some of you are just meeting me for the first time. You'll probably be wondering, who is this guy and what gives him the audacity to teach this. I started my business with 1,000 naira. I've built it to a multi-million naira corporation. I'm known as Africa's most sought-after investment coach. I teach on investment. I have a show on investment in a Rolls Royce where I host several guests and we teach people how to build wealth. So these are real things we're teaching. I'm teaching what I've tasted and I've handled. So please share this video on Facebook or WhatsApp. Click on the Facebook party icon and invite all your friends. So number 3, invest in a mid-risk investment. Usually, if you're doing like in Africa, they give you between 10 and 20% return on investment. This is good to invest in. Are you ready for number 4? If you're ready for number 4, type number 4. I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, everybody type I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 4 investment decision is actually to also invest in a high risk investment. So this is what I advise. Divide your investment money into 3. Put a portion into low risk, put a portion into mid risk, and then put a portion into high risk, right? The reason why you're going to be doing all of that is so that, the low risk, guarantee most likely you won't lose it. The mid risk is 50-50. The high risk, right, will, if it works, you can make what you are supposed to make in 20 years in just 1 year, right? So I want to say you should also try the high risk investment. What I would say is that don't just do high risk alone, because that's not where people miss it. They only invest in high risk investment. They don't do the mid risk. They don't do the low risk. So the only thing they do is the high. And that's why they're always indebted. They're always in trouble. They're always losing money. They're always putting themselves into trouble. And it's very important that you are careful about these things. So divide your money into three. A portion I'll put into low risk. I'll divide equally into three. A portion into mid risk, a portion into high risk. What are high risk investment? Any investment that promise you more than 20% in a year. 25%, 50%, 100%, if they like even 300%. But know that that kind of investment is almost like gambling. However, one of the ways to reduce your chances of failure in a high risk investment is to also go with a mentor. I'm going to be running a training next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, on the 24th and 25th. It's called high risk investment. Okay, high risk investment. And I'm also going to be having some of my mentees that we are going to be focusing only on how do you invest in Forex and not lose your money? How do you invest in cryptocurrency and not lose your money? Please let me mind you, I'm not going to be asking you to invest in any business on that day. I will only be explaining what those type of investments are. I'll be demystifying it. I'll be showing you how you can do it for yourself so that you don't need to be giving somebody money. I hate when many of you like to give people money to invest for you. Why not learn how to do it yourself? All this giving somebody money to do cryptocurrency for you. Why not learn what cryptocurrency is? Understand cryptocurrency and do it for yourself. All this give somebody money for Forex. Why not learn what is Forex? How does Forex works? And do it for yourself. Even if you are just going to be trading once in a while. But at least do it for yourself. That way, it's not a situation where somebody carry your money, run away with it, and then you are a victim and you are playing victim. You are shouting everywhere, nobody to be trusted. I can't trust any human being in my life again. Listen, you can't build wealth if you don't trust people. It is you that need to put yourself in a position where people are not even able to betray your trust. So rather than telling people, do it for me, don't be lazy when it comes to financial intelligence. Tell them, teach me. I am hungry, I want to learn. Because if this thing really works, people who get result would rather teach you rather than you. Because when you give me your money, you are like making me your slave. I go do all the work for you and then I pay you. Right? Except it's really, really rewarding for me too. I'm not going to do it. That's why many times I tell people high risk investment is always better you do it yourself. Stephen Akita, will never commit my money into the hands of somebody when it's a high risk investment. I don't do it. I really don't. Right? Because the chances that the person will even be faithful to me to even really use the money for what he was supposed to use is very slim. And knowing that this thing can fail, at least it's better that I was the one that did the thing and the thing failed in my hands. I'm better off. I know it was me that did it. I knew what I was doing. It's better off than giving the money to somebody and then playing victim. I don't know if you think this is cool. If it's cool, type cool wisdom. Cool wisdom. Come on, everybody. I need your energy. If this is cool, type cool wisdom, cool wisdom, cool wisdom, cool wisdom. Remember to share this video 10 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. Invite all your friends. Tell all of them the eagle is in the building. The eagle is teaching how to the 5 investment decisions that will make you wealthy in 2021. So everybody type cool wisdom. If you're learning and you're happy about this, just type cool wisdom. Share this video 10 times. Hit on the Facebook party icon. Invite all your friends. Share. Hit the share button. Are you ready now? Number 5 and the final point. Okay? And I will then do a recap. I will take questions from you guys today. I'll take as many questions as I can from you guys today. I want to hear from you. What are your challenges? How did you lose money? How will you use what I'm teaching you today to prevent that you lose money in 2021? What are some of the investments you want to make and that you are not clear whether you should go into them? I will spend at least 15 minutes today to take your questions and to answer you. Let me also say this very clearly. I do not do free coaching. All my free mentorship is usually here on Facebook and YouTube, right? So if you don't ask me all those questions right now, then you go back and come and reach me on Facebook and you're now telling me to mentor you. I don't do that. You have to pay, right? So I only offer free mentorship here on Facebook and on YouTube. If you privately reach out to me, you have to pay to learn what I know. I didn't learn it for free too. Me too, I paid to learn. Okay, so I'll take your question today for free. But if you reach out to me privately, you need to know you need to pay. Okay, I'm a businessman too. I have bills too to pay. And you want to tap into my wisdom, it's fair that you pay me. How many of you think it's fair? If you think it's fair, type it's fair. So number 5, if you're ready for number 5, type I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 5, and I think this is probably one of the most important of everything I'm sharing. Number 5 is commit to a financial intelligence program from now to the end of 2021. Look for a program where they teach you these three things: how to make money, how to manage money, how to multiply money. Usually, there are no formal education that teach you this, right? So if you want to learn this, you need to learn it informally. You need to look for people who are already wealthy and run coaching program, mentorship program, university programs, or that is e-learning university programs, where you can learn how to make money, number 1. Number 2, how to manage money. Number 2. Number 3, how to multiply money. If this is cool, type cool, 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 cool. Everybody type cool. So you need to go back and commit to a course. Now, I have been a student of how to make money, okay? And I'm not kidding you. This is true story of my life. I've been a student learning how to make money for the past 18 years. I have been a student of how to make money. I've been a student. I bought my first money book at the age of 17, 18. I read my first book on money by Robert Kiyosaki. So I'm not new here. I've had to spend time and time learning. People who are wealthy, what are they doing? What's their culture? What's their attitude? What are their secrets? What's their approach? What are the things they do? What's their habits? Okay? Why are they rich? Because money is not mythical and success is replicatable. When you study the pattern of those who are already successful and you do what they are doing, you also get there. So people who have put together a course, a program, a mentorship thing that you can do to then learn how you too can become rich, go and sign up for such program from now till the end of 2021. Because you cannot give what you don't have. And listen to me, this subject of wealth is critical. Even if you don't want money, consider putting your children in a good position. Consider taking care of your family. Even if the reason you want to be rich is just selfish because of you and your family, at least it's worth it. So because of that, consider joining a program that can help you to understand what is money. They never taught you in primary school. How many of you were taught in primary school about money? If you are taught, type me. If you are not, type I was not taught. How many of you, while you were in the primary school, they taught you about how to make money? If they did, type they did. Okay? Good. So nobody did. Now, how many of you were taught in secondary school? Oh, okay. Let's skip secondary school. How many of you had a professor who taught you how to be rich? Probably your professor was even poor and needed to be selling handout to you to make money on the side. If you are particularly in Africa, where I am, where I school, my first degree was in Nigeria. My professors were poor. They needed to be selling handout to us. Those who were not selling handout had farms that they needed to invite us to come and be farming for them as a way to make money. Okay, those were the kind of professors. Yeah, my professor had a farm and was inviting with the students to come and farm for him so that he could make money for himself. Okay, that's how poor many of our professors were. So if they didn't teach you in school, then why are you angry that you are poor? Despite that you have degree, why are you angry? Why are you pissed off? You were not taught. That's what you should be angry about. And you should not say to yourself, I went to the university, I spent $30,000, okay, in the university. If you're in Africa, at least you will have spent in your 4 or 5 years, even in Africa, you will have spent not less than $10,000 to $20,000, even if you went to a government school, because accommodation and several other things that you needed to pay for. Now, if you spend all that, and at the end of the day, you didn't necessarily get a good job, many after spending 4 or 5 years, they didn't get a good job, many are still homeless, many are underemployed, Many had to leave Nigeria because of, some had to leave Ghana, whatever part of Africa you are in. And some of you, even now, you have gotten degrees in the UK, in the US. You still have student loans that you've not paid. You've graduated 10 years now, you are still having student loan, because even the job you got is still not able to pay off your student loan. If I'm saying the truth, type this is the truth. This is the truth. Come on, everybody answer me. If I'm saying the truth, type this is the truth. This is the truth. Now, the funny thing is that the same people will now say they cannot afford to pay $1,000 every month for financial intelligence. Okay? Okay? It's ridiculous. Somebody said I was taught in university, but not really understandable because just seminars. No. There was no professor that came. There's no Wealth 101. That's what I'm talking about. Oyegoke. Was there Wealth 101? Was there Money 202 or 203? That's what we're saying. We're not talking about individual who privately organized trainings. Right? That's a different one. We're saying the university, did they organize Wealth 101? Okay? Were they course curriculum on how to become rich? There was none. And this is global. This is not about just being Africa. Even in the UK, in the US, they don't teach these things. And that's why I'm a bit not happy with some of you who are, when you now meet people who have found a way to teach themselves how to become rich, when you then meet those people, and those people say, well, for you to learn what I know, I want to charge you $1,000 every month. You start saying, it's too much. Hey, what's the meaning of that? And I laugh. In fact, somebody once said to me, okay, that maybe you learned all these things for free. Now you are charging people. I said, shut up. I didn't learn it for free. Nobody taught me for free. I said this argument with somebody else who was chatting me up the other day. I said, look, nobody gave me a chance in this country. I even walk up to some business owners in Nigeria after I spent 8 years instead of 5 years after university. I did a CV. I told them not to pay me for 6 months, that I'm willing to work for them for free. I still didn't get a job in Nigeria. And the same Nigeria, I became a billionaire. So anybody can do it. But I had to study the pattern of those who are wealthy. What are they doing that other people don't do? Rich people do what others are not doing today, so that they can afford what others cannot afford tomorrow. Come on, everybody, I want you to type that statement. Rich people, they do what others, their mates are not doing today. Rich people do what their mates are not doing today, so that they can afford what their mates cannot afford tomorrow. I'll repeat that statement again. Okay? Rich people, okay, do what their mates are not doing today, so that they can afford what their mates cannot afford tomorrow. So I have a university I recommend, highly recommended. It's my university. At least in that university, you will learn 12 businesses you can start as long as you have computer, you have access to internet. Okay, many of them you can start with little capital and you can be on your way to building wealth. I have done those businesses myself. I've made money through those businesses and I've documented them. And we'll continue to keep teaching you more business opportunity in the year 2021. Every month we are loading new business courses. In January, we're going to be loading agric business opportunities. We're going to be loading vocational training opportunities. And we're going to begin to do specialized courses in freelancing. Okay, that we're going to be loading. Right now, there are over 1,000 videos. And by the grace of God, by January, we're loading another 200 videos into this university. You write exam, you get your certificate. But unlike needing to give somebody your certificate to get a job, this e-learning platform already will teach you about wealth, about how to manage your money, about business opportunities you can do, and it turns your life around. Now, today is the last day for you to be able to join this university. For the cost of is $247 every month. For you to be in this e-learning program is $247 every month. But I've decided to give people opportunity to join for $147. Yes, $1.47, and every month you pay $47. But that is, today is the end of that program. In other words, you can join this program for less than $2 today, right now, for 2 weeks. Then subsequently monthly you pay $47. Right? This is an amazing opportunity that will change your life. Okay? And so instead of paying $247 every month, you just pay $1, less than $2, $1.47 to join for 2 weeks. And if you like it, you retain it for another continuously. Every month you then pay $47. And this is a very life-changing university. So I mean, $2 cannot even buy you a cup of coffee. That's less than 1,000 naira. Well, depend on the exchange rate. Some of you may get to pay a lot more than that. So, but these are some of the opportunities that we have provided that can turn your life around if you want to take advantage of them, right? So, but it's your choice, it's your decision. So 5 things, let me do a recap. You can start throwing your questions if you have questions for me. Number 5 things I taught today, 5 ways, okay, 5 investment decisions to take to become wealthy in the year 2021. Number 1, make up your mind to create 4 sources of income. 4 sources of income. Number 2, invest in low-risk investment opportunities. Invest in low-risk opportunities. Number 3, invest in mid-risk. The risk is average. Number 4, invest also in high-risk opportunities. So what we are saying is that you divide your investment funds into 3. A portion goes into low risk, a portion goes into mid risk, and a portion goes into high risk. Number 4, number 5, commit to financial intelligence program from now to the end of 2021 so that you are mentally equipped for the kind of wealth that you desire to build for yourself and your family. Let me also say at this point that you deserve to be wealthy. It's important that you're wealthy. 2 poor people cannot help themselves. One must first get to the top before he can throw the rope to help the other. But that 2 poor people can help themselves is not possible. You have to invest heavily in building wealth for yourself. Okay? You have to invest in building wealth for yourself. And if you want to become wealthy, you have to invest hard in building wealth for yourself. It's never easy to become wealthy, but you deserve it and you need to work towards it, and it's attainable. Many of us were also there. I was born into an average family, in fact, a poor family. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had collapsed before I was born. You know, we used to live in a village where I did not sell electricity for 5 years. I did not watch TV program for 5 years. The water we're taking was like milk. Okay? But today, I've been able to build a multi-billion-naira corporation. And I believe anybody else can do it with determination, with hard work, with mentorship, with knowledge, the right knowledge, and executing the right knowledge. You can do it. Somebody is asking, how do I join the Stephen Akitayo University? Visit the website I just gave you, www.stephenakitayouniversity.com. www.stephenakitayouniversity.com. You can visit that site and you can sign up today. And obviously, it's a fantastic opportunity that will change your life. By the way, I want you to let me know, how was today's class? If it was a very life-changing class, can you type life-changing, life-changing, life-changing? You know, I learned, I was blessed, I was impacted. Come on, talk to me, guys. Was it life-changing? Were you impacted? Did you learn something new? Are you more optimistic about 2021? Do you believe if you implement these things I've taught you, you will be wealthy? You'll stand a chance of being wealthy in 2021? If you believe, type, I believe 2021 will be a great year financially. You know, and I believe it's possible. Trust me, you're going to be hearing a lot of good news from me in 2021 by the grace of God. God sparing our lives. And if Jesus tarry, okay, there will be a lot of good news. So, but you need to work towards it. It's not something that you will get by luck. It's something you will get by being intentional. It's something you will earn by being intentional. If you join us late, you can watch it all over again. You can also go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube, and they will restream this broadcast also on YouTube. So go join on YouTube. Yesterday class is also on YouTube, so go join and watch, and promise you. And I want you to send me your testimony. If these videos that I always do is changing your life, please let me know. And I would like you to let me know. There's also a review button on Facebook. I want you to click on that review button and share your testimony there. Okay, there's a Facebook review button. Also, you can email me your testimony. If these things are changing your life, I need to know, because I want you to also know that it's not easy for me to live. You can say I'm still at work and I'm leaving the work that I'm supposed to be doing right now, you know, to take time and begin to educate you guys for free, right? It's a lot on me. And your ability to let me know the impact of these classes encourages me to continue to do it, right? And it's also somebody used the word FU for just teaching you guys now, right? Somebody used the word FU. But that's the kind of things we get on social media when we decide to live a positive life, when we decide to impact lives, when we decide to teach life. Because a lot of people just have the mindset that nothing works. And you can't blame some of them. They've been a victim. But the reason they were also a victim was because they didn't hear informations like the one I'm teaching you now. That's why they were victims and they lost money, and now they hate everybody, and now everybody is the enemy. But if they were patient to have listened to messages like this before they rush to start putting their money into investment and things like that, maybe they won't be this bitter. Okay, but also these things can be also emotionally demoralizing, and that's why it's important that you always, when this thing is adding value to you, it's important to say it, because it's also encouraging that at least some may not be happy with this, but some are impacted. And for the sake of those whose life are changing, is what, you know, dedicating this time to come and teach you. So let me take a few questions. You know, Stephen Paul says, don't mind people without ambition. You know, I mean, I've forgiven him. It's just ignorance. I've blocked him already. And Tony says, it's too late for a man or woman in their 40s to start taking steps towards financial freedom. So is it too late? Thank you for that question. By the way, if you still have questions for me, type that question. And don't stop sharing. Click on the Facebook party icon and keep inviting people. Share, and get everybody in here. But I'm going to answer his question. That's the first question I have today. I'm going to take 3 or 4 questions before I wrap up. The first question is it too late for a man or woman in their 40s to start taking steps towards financial freedom? So sorry if I'm being a bit spiritual in replying you. I believe you're a Christian. Now, there is a story in the Bible about a man called Abraham. Abraham was in his father's house at the age of 75. You know, that's the level of failure the man had. Imagine you are still having to stay in your father's house at the age of 75. Now, it wasn't necessarily new, but even in those days, if you're already successful, you can leave your father's house. Some people get to become more successful than their fathers. But what that story told us was that Abraham didn't have anything much. Hence, he had to still keep staying in his own father's house at the age of 75. So God had to tell him at 75, get out of that father's house. Get out. Okay? I have something better for you, and it's possible. So the answer to that is that there is no time that you cannot start learning about financial freedom and taking steps towards building wealth. Just that it is a lot easier when you're younger, but there's no time. Okay, you can start at any time. Somebody said the best time to buy land is yesterday. The second best time is today. So you may have started late, but you can catch up. How many of you know KFC? If you know KFC, type I know KFC. KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you know KFC, type KFC. Okay, everybody, type KFC. I need your attention here. Remember, share this video 10 times. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. Click on the Facebook party icon, because you don't know how many people will change their lives by just watching me and learning. You don't know. You don't know the impact of this video. So the owner of Corner Sandals started KFC, I think at the age of 60 or 70. I can't remember the age now. But he started quite late. Very, it was old. That's why even the picture they normally use to show KFC is that of a gray-haired man. Okay, he was way old. He was way old. But today, it's one of the most successful eateries in the world. There's no chicken like the Kentucky chicken. Nobody makes good chicken like KFC, right? So it's never too late, really. You can start. Once you are more determined, you're not willing to give up, you are aware that you started late, and you are willing to push everything it takes to make sure you make up for all the lost time, you can still do this, right? Somebody says, is network marketing business a good investment opportunity? Now, network marketing business is not an investment, it's a business. There's a difference between a business and an investment. In the case of a business, you're putting your time, your money. In the case of an investment, you're only putting in your what? Your money. Your time is not in it. So let's always learn to separate the two. Okay, but so there's difference between business and investment. So MLM is not an investment, it's a business. And that's where people miss it. A lot of people feel they can just put money into MLM and they will just become rich. No, MLM requires that you put in time. It takes time. That's why people who even get anything tangible out of MLM are those who often do it full time and have been consistently doing it. Okay, so I hope that answers Francis Chimeze. That's your question. Somebody says, how do I start? Well, it's not a destination, it's a journey. So Rome was not built by a day. You start by looking for information on how to become wealthy. You start learning. Obviously, you came late. Go and watch this training again and take the 5 steps that I taught. Number 4 question. Somebody say, I'm interested in taking this lecture to another level. Well, I think go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Stephen Untitled TV on YouTube. Go and subscribe. I still have a lot, tons and tons of videos. You can watch it and you'll be able to see how some of those videos contain some ways you can take up more coaching programs with me. But I love to start you with the free ones, because if you have learned a lot from me for free, when you now pay a lot of money for anything paid, you will not say you were cheated, you will not say somebody swindled you. You understand the level of value that we exchange. So I often like to give people free stuff so that they will have known who I am and what I stand for. Unlike the first day you are meeting me, you're already paying me something, right? And then maybe I'm not even the problem, but something happens, you turn the whole thing around. So I love start with my free stuff. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. There's a lot for you there, and it's free. You have nothing to lose. Okafor Joseph says, sir, I'm an undergraduate and I really want to change the story of my family generation financially. I'm just doing real estate agency in Anambra and things aren't funny. Please, I need your help. Well, first of all, you've not said anything here. What you've said is that things are tough, and things are tough for everyone, including me that I'm seated here. Things are tough for me. And I'll give an example. If I do not I've grown my business to a level that if I do not sell 100 million every month, and I mean 100 million naira every month, it's going to affect my construction operations, and I would really have problems. So I am always under pressure to keep making sure that every month I'm able to raise at least 200 million for my company so that all our construction and projects can continue to run. So everybody is under pressure. It's just that the level differs. So all you've just said to me now is that you're on the right track, which a real estate agency is a good one. I started real estate as an agent. and that is tough, which is true. It was tough when I started, and it's still tough now. The only difference is that I have more money. I'm not having headache about how to pay my daughter's birthday. It's tomorrow. I'm taking all of them out for a great time. So it's no longer money for vacation, money to take care of family. It's more of building an empire, but it's still tough doing that too. Okay, but you can also join the GTEx homes. You can just Google GTEx homes and join our agency program. We do a lot of weekly trainings. With the trainings, I think you will be able to sell better and you'll be able to start making money faster. I hope I've answered your question. Or careful. So yeah, I love your hunger. We all have that hunger. So MLM is not an investment. Thank you for that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Posa says, please, how can I learn Forex trading? Well, there's a training coming up next week, Tuesday, 24th and 25th. Register for it. You're going to see the details tomorrow. So keep your eye on this page. You'll see the details tomorrow, how you can register. It's free. Mary, Mrs. Mary, how are you? Good to see you. God bless you. Say, is it possible to get monthly payment rent for Lagos property like Western World? Yes, it's possible. We have a program, though it's not commercial, that I run. I call it the short lease program, but I only run it for exclusive student of mine, where we get property in high net worth locations in Lagos, like Banana Island, Ikoyi, Victoria Island, Ikeja, GRA, Magodo. We get this apartment, we furnish the apartment, then we list it on some sites, including Airbnb and Hotel.ng, and people actually rent those houses on a daily basis. So they pay an average of 15,000 per night, but we have furnished everything for them. And that way, my partners, I'm able to remit to them every month. And so they're able to make something on a monthly basis. Yeah, but it's for a selective few people. I don't just do it for everybody. It's people that I've known over time. We have relationship, and you can afford it. Yeah, because the initial cost for things like that could be expensive. Even if you are renting the house, it's still expensive to furnish it and put it in a good shape, because you are not renting just anywhere. It's highbrow locations. Okay. Adadu Israel says, we get at a growth point in my life, in my great point in my organization. What do you advise we do to raise funds to meet huge demands from customers? This has been my most challenging moment. Adadu, I hope I'm correct, or let me just call you Israel, right? Israel, what I do is I rather than take loan and keep looking for funds, I put pressure on my customers to pay me ahead. I do prepaid. And what prepaid does is that it means that your customer have given you the money for what they want you to do, and you tell them to give you time to deliver. So right now, instead of taking loan to start building, because we've moved from just selling land, we've started building houses as a company. Now, rather than go to the bank and take loan and endanger my other customers who bought land from us with the loan I have taken, because usually when you take a loan on a piece of property, if anything goes wrong, the bank seizes the entire property. So it meant that even other customers who trusted me and bought land might end up having to lose all their properties, right? So instead of endangering my customers and myself, I decided to say, I'm not going to take a loan, right? I would rather begin to market to my customers to tell them that, hey, I now build houses, but you need to pay me ahead and give me 6 months to 12 months to deliver. After all, you saw how I sold land to you and how the place you bought land from me, I'm developing it with the little money that comes in. You could see my faithfulness when I was selling land. So you should trust me enough with houses. And guess what? I mean, people are paying outright for 5-bedroom flats worth 60 million outright to say, go ahead, build the house for us, and we'll wait 6 months, we'll wait 12 months Somebody will say, Mr. Steve, if it's you, I can wait 2 years for you to build my house. Collect the money. Right? So those are the kind of strategy I would recommend. I won't advise you to, because anybody who is giving you money in this, the interest rate is going to be higher. Even if they're not saying interest, if it's equity, they probably want to take too much equity. And it's almost like you are selling your entire company, right, at peanuts just because you needed money urgently. So these are not going to be my advice. This is not the best time to start taking loan, particularly because of COVID. Things are not that guaranteed. There's no guarantee that you might be in the position to even pay these people back their money, because anything can happen. There could be another lockdown that will affect your ability to deliver. So that would be my advice. Use social capital, build reputation. If people trust you, they are going to part away with their money with you. Trust me. You know, I've built so much reputation that I'm able to raise cash from people because they just know this guy is legit and is trustworthy, is transparent. If something goes wrong, I'm going to tell you it's gone wrong. If it's doing well, you are sure there's nothing that will tamper with what you deserve, you know. So build reputation, build social capital, try to do prepaid, and you'll be fine. Please, can we stop the questions because I need to start wrapping up, okay? Adeni says, I want a business I can invest in every month with a small amount that is below 50K, right? So first of all, I think these are some of the things that may not be realistic, right? You can't say you want a business you're going to put in less than 50,000 and then you get returns every month. You see, there are certain ways we've conditioned our mind that has made us vulnerable for people to extort from us, that has made us vulnerable to issues that could lead us to be scammed. Okay, let's be realistic. 50K is too much money. I mean, too small a money. That's just $120. And then you want somewhere you can invest $120 and start making money every month. Those opportunities are rare, right? Except you are doing a broker business where you then use that 50,000 to do adverts. And then if you're able to sell, you get a commission. So let's be more realistic with some of these things we want. Let's understand where we are and what kind of opportunities we should focus on doing at the level we are. Life is in phases, men are in sizes. Live your size per time. Else, that little 50K you have, they will steal it from you. You will lose the entire money. You claim everybody is wicked. You claim the whole world hates you. But you yourself needed to have been realistic with yourself, okay, as to the kind of capital you have. So if I have 50,000, what will I do? I will look for opportunity to be a broker, to be a middleman. And I'll be using that 50,000 to do adverts as a middleman for whatever I'm trying to sell. And when I sell, I get a commission. That's the kind of opportunity I'll be looking for. MLM is one of such opportunities. You can join an MLM program with up to 50K and be patient and be humble. It's not easy to do MLM. You know, I started my business with MLM. I currently don't do any MLM, but I won't say MLM is a bad business. I started with that. It teaches you leadership. It teaches you patience. It teaches you hustle, real hustle. And Tony says, how do you constantly keep yourself motivated? Because I get tired of trying over and over again. Well, I think I have good people around me. What I've done is to surround myself with entrepreneurs like myself, investors like myself, business owners like myself. So we have friends, we have relationship with people that we're all in the same page, right? If I'm having a challenge, they can chat me up and say, "Oh, guy, forget that one too." You know, I also had a similar issue. You know, the problem many of us have is that, let me give you an example. And this is why many of you, I'm not of you are employees. If you're an employee, just type employee. In other words, you have a job. If you have a job, type I have a job or type employee. One of the wrong things we do, for those of you who are employees, you start a business and you still keep your circle of employee friends is the number one recipe for disaster. Because first of all, what you are telling those your other friends is that you think you are better than them. And because of that, you've quit your job to go and start business. So the day you start having problems with your business, all your employee friends will say, you see, we told you, you shouldn't have done it. Your head no correct. And they will so talk down on you that you will be so sad. You will be in tears. You will feel you don't know what you're doing. You feel you're stupid. Meanwhile, what you're supposed to do, the day you move from employee to employer, surround yourself with other employers. So that when you're in trouble, they can say, don't worry, I used to have that problem. This is how you come out of it. Another thing I do is that I also have mentors who are better than me. So when I am going through challenges, this mentor that are able to tell me that, guy, I've gone through it. This is how I overcame it. These are the strategies I did and all of that. So I have mentors who can tell me what the challenges that will happen, possible challenges that can happen in my business in the next so years. I remember meeting with one of them recently, and he was telling me he's into real estate. He was telling me how he had challenges, where issues with EFCC, issues with police and all of that, and and how that almost messed him up. And if I had to tell him, I said, your guys, you write a book on this thing. And right there he now told me the mistake he made, the things to prevent. And when he was saying those, I was ticking them, say, well, we've done this one, well, we've done that. Okay, this one we need to do. So when you have people who have gone ahead, and that's why I tell people, there's no amount of money too much to pay to try to access a mentor. There's no amount of money too much to pay. There's no amount of money. Whatever it costs to get somebody who, as long as the only mentor I tell you not to get is a mentor that has not succeeded himself and is trying to teach you what he doesn't know. And many of you do that. Only get people who have results. The man is successful too. Okay, he qualifies to be my mentor. Me, that's my rule. You cannot mentor me in something you have not succeeded in. But if you have done it, you've overcome, I want to listen to you. And I will pay anything to hear you. Anything. Because, I'm better off, learning from you and having, and not making the mistake you made than just trying to rehearse it and make all those mistakes and lose a lot more. Joseph says, my humble contributions to whether it's late to start business at 40, whether you are in the opening early phase, minute of your life, or in the remaining last 3 quarters, that is late phase, determine once and for all that you will play the game of life to win. It's never too late to get started. Thank you so much, my brother. Okay, that's a powerful one from you. That's, really true. It's never too late. Just be, whether early phase or latter phase, just be determined to play the game to win. Mrs. Mary from Canada says, it's possible to get monthly. Okay, I've answered you. Ojo Abiola says, sir, may I know when you're coming to Dubai? Very soon, very soon. I might even be in Dubai next week. In the next 2 weeks, I might be in Dubai. Okay, my brother, I have a lot of work to do in Nigeria, that's why. But I might be in Dubai in the next 2 weeks. Okay, but I will let you know. Once we get all this thing tidied up, you know. Okafo says, sir, the big wig won't let the little ones rise. That's my major problem. Except you can acquire land, then put in the energy in marketing. I've joined GTEx Home already. Finance is my basic problem now. How do I raise the finance? I'm really doing my best. Sir, I don't understand what you need in terms of finance. Finance for what? You don't need finance to be a property broker. You just need hustle. Okay, I joined 1,000 Facebook group. I will post all my properties on those 1,000 Facebook groups. What are you talking about finance? You don't need finance to be a property broker. You need hustle, real hustle. Ask anybody who is on my WhatsApp. You will get sometime in a day, you get 3 or 4 brokers from me. Today I've done 2 brokers to all my WhatsApp list, including those who are governors on my list, those who are senators on my list. They get WhatsApp brokers from me. So don't tell me that you need money. Money is not your problem. If you're a property broker, money is not your problem. Stop acting the way you are acting. the big ones don't want the small ones to rise. They don't owe you anything. Nobody owes you. That I'm successful in real estate does not mean I owe you or care for. That somebody in your village in Anambra where you are is bigger than you in real estate, they don't owe you. Nobody also helped them when they started. You just need to keep pushing, keep asking people to help you till you get the one that is willing to help you. If you don't get someone to help you, keep going up. Stop being bitter. Because the people you're asking to help you also need help. They also need help. I just told you now, my own experience, that every month, right, I need at least 100 million and more to keep my operations running. So I need help too, right? So everybody, Dangote, Alhaji Aliko Dangote needs money badly to complete Dangote refinery. Is behind schedule. He's been looking for money desperately. So everybody needs money. Stop having this mindset, because there's this wrong mindset that people who are rich have it all. And as a result, you know, they are comfortable, and then so they don't even have time for it. They also are chasing something. Let me say this, and I think this will help you, and I want everybody to write it down. It is easy to rise to the top, but it's harder to sustain being on top. Everybody, I want you to write it down. And that's what many people who are still at the bottom don't know. It's harder to stay at the top. It's easy to rise. Look at Jimo Ibrahim, right? How many years did it take Jimo Ibrahim to become a billionaire? And, you know, and start buying all this Nikon, buying all this airline, buying all this business. How many years? See how he's lost everything now. The remaining part of his business, they took the airline, they took the oil business. The remaining part that he had was this Nikon insurance and all of those things. They just took that too now from him. So it's easy to rise, but to sustain, it's hard. So many of these people, we hate them. We have our concern, but they too, they are really hustling. They all have their own headache. Right? If you know how much it costs me to come out and do one hour with you guys every day, it's a lot, because I have so much to do in my office here. So much. But if you don't, it's because I had just made up my mind. It was like a covenant with me and God that, Lord, if you bless me, I would at least teach other people. And I'll create different platforms, the free version and the paid version, so that even if people couldn't afford, they can start with the free ones. So my friends, stop thinking my problem is money. My problem is capital. Capital is not your problem. I used to think that way. Capital is not your problem. For example, I told you I need at least 100 million to keep my business running every month. But you know the truth? The problem, I have never had problem of money. All I need to do is to keep doing the right thing, keep, you know, having strategies to make sure my customer can see the value that I'm offering them, and money keep flowing. So it's never really like there's a money problem. It's just there is a work problem. There's a mental work problem. There's a knowledge problem. There's an execution problem of what to do and how to do it. But it's not really that money is not there. Money is there. The money in the world didn't go anywhere. If you start doing the right thing, money will start flowing your direction. Right? And part of the right thing you need to start doing is to keep becoming visible. Those properties you say you are selling in Anambra, share it everywhere. Disturb everybody till people start insulting you and say you are disturbing them. Just keep doing it. I have property for sale. Come and buy. I sell property. Come and buy. Disturb them till they buy from you. That's the attitude, right? Okay, so let me see. Francis says, it's easy to rise to the top, but it's hard to maintain it. Thank you for helping me put that. It is easy to rise to the top, but it's hard to sustain the top. It's hard. People always think it's easy. It's hard. You can lose all that you have overnight. So to keep that, you have to keep pushing. Lucky, I say, I'm glad to be here, to have been here. God bless you, sir. Just find my full-time hustle for 2021. Property broker is key. With or without money, you're welcome. I'm happy to hear this from you. Mrs. Mary says, thank you, Mrs. Mary, for helping me to type it. It's easier to rise to the top. It's not easy to sustain being on top. It's never easy. Tarsi Frank says, I'm grateful, sir. Thank you for the value you are given. You are welcome. I want to thank everyone who have been part of today's class. Thank you for sharing this video. Please keep sharing. If you know people who need to learn about building wealth, about becoming wealthy, just keep sharing this information with them. Tell them they need to learn. The mental part is more important. If they can get the mental part, everything will work well. One of the things I also want to say in closing, and this is very, very key. If you quickly make money, you will quickly lose it. I will say it in Yoruba, then I'll interpret. Ma tete lowo ko ba le lowo pe, tete lowo ko ma ba lowo pe, right? Ma tete lowo ko ba le lowo pe, tete lowo ko ma ba lowo pe, and I'll interpret it. Do not quickly become rich so that you can be rich for a longer time to come. Quickly work towards becoming rich and you are broke for the rest of your life. When it comes to the subject of wealth, it's your foundation that you need to work hard on. It's the foundation that needs to be solid and strong. If your foundation is solid, if your foundation is strong, then anything you put on top will stand. So work hard on building a strong foundation for yourself. And when I say foundation, I'm talking your mental capacity, your understanding of wealth, your understanding of money, how money works, how to build money, how to make money, how to manage money, how to multiply money, having a mentor, having somebody you can run to if things go bad. All those things are foundations that are important to build before even thinking of acquiring wealth. Because if you don't build those foundations, if money just keep rushing your way, you end up losing everything and you keep playing victim. I love you. I appreciate you for watching. Keep sharing this. You can save so many lives by choosing to share this video. So share 10 times even after we're done. Keep sharing on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. I love you all and good night. Bye-bye. Remember, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel right now at Steve McTell TV on YouTube. Go and subscribe. There's so much information there. Go there. And then if you want to join the Steve McTell University, go and join. It's less than 1,000 naira. So nobody will give me an excuse for that one. Average haircut. Okay? Average haircut. Though every month you'll be charged $47. But at least for the first 2 weeks, you can join. Okay? For just 1,000 naira, $1.47. You can't even have a haircut. You can't even buy coffee in Starbucks with $1.47. So go sign up to Steve Akita University. The address is www.stephenakitauniversity.com. Again, www.stephenakitauniversity.com. And you can also go to the YouTube and subscribe. It's free. The YouTube one is free. I love you. Good night. Bye-bye.